Hi Kanishka, and thank you so much for joining in News with Muskan. It's my pleasure to host you, and you're one of them who are making your impact in the world. So I know you are from the career counseling and career coaching sector, and today's conversation I will try to roll more about that, but also about what Kanishka, as a human being and as an individual look up to in her career perspective. Before we start, I just want to know what you are doing with career with Kanishka and what made you start this.
Okay, so first of all, thank you so much, Muskan, for having me, and it's really a pleasure. I went through your profile also, like what you're doing is really amazing. Keep that up, and it's really happy to be here with a fellow woman doing something really great for the society. So, talking about career with Kanishka, I'll just tell you a story as to how did I start with the story of career in my life. So, since I was a child, I've always wanted to do something unique. Since I was a child, I've always wanted to stand out of the crowd. I've always wanted to be different. And then after my 12th grade, my parents, just told me to do engineering. And I was like, that's something that everyone does. So they were like, arts is also something that everyone does who cannot do anything. So I'm like, okay. So how about I do both of these things together? So I researched all of this. It took me a month's time to research as to how should my exams not overlap? How can I ace all of these things? And then I finally figured a way out for myself. Everything was cool. I mean, in my first year, I wasn't really happy because I was not happy with the college. I was not happy with me doing engineering. But then eventually things started falling into place. In my third year, while I was about to complete my graduation, that is my literature and psychology degree, a lot of students started coming up to me and started asking that, how did you pursue this? Now, I did not have an answer because what my choices were very different to as to what they want. Although at that time also, unknowingly, knowingly, I used to like somehow counsel them or ask them that what are the things that you like to do, but I was not very confident. Then after I finished this, I realized that I'm not good in psychology in the sense that I am not good at treating people in clinical psychology. I am such an emotional person. If you start sharing your problems with me, I might just start crying right away. I am that emotional. I mean, tears are like, they're like, people say that Kanishka ke saath, it's not her best friend that comes along, it's her tears that come
Yes.
along. Kuch bhi chota sa emotional scene ho, I start crying. So I'm like, why did I do this? But then the tragedy that happened in my life was that I haven't told this in any of my previous podcasts or anything. That my parents, like just to teach my parents a lesson, I thought that I should get just 1 year drop in engineering. But surprisingly, I passed with distinction. But in my arts degree, I forgot to fill my exam form in the last month, in the last year, and I had a gap of 6 months, and that was like something which I thought that I mean, I've let my parents, like not my parents down, I've let myself down in front of my parents because arts was something that I wanted to do. How can I miss filling the exam form? Uh, so what happened was I was again trying to figure a way out that I had to cover this gap, and I realized the university that I'm doing it from also offers a certification course along with it. I mean, it was already there. I had not researched it earlier. So everything in life happens for a reason. And then along with my degree, I fortunately happened to take career counseling as my certification. And then
All
I was
right.
like, it's fine. Maybe this happened for a reason. I did not work on it then as well. So I used to just, randomly go to places like coaching classes and all. And I got all of those opportunities through my engineering college. So I used to tell them about engineering. I used to tell them about my journey. It used to motivate them. I used to tell them that it's not the end if you don't get into an IIT because all of them were there to study for JEE itself.
Got you.
That's how my journey started, going offline, telling people. But I still did not work on it because I never took it very seriously. What happened was in lockdown, my dad is a health superintendent, and during the whole COVID pandemic, he wasn't at home, not even for a single day. He was just out serving people, and probably that was something in me that I wanted to do too. So I thought probably why not do something online where I can help people or start giving them what they wanted. Probably that is some clarity in life or things that they can do. But what I realized, I was not very qualified enough to do that because no matter what, I am a firm believer of internships. And I did not do that. I did my internship in clinical psychology with a clinical psychologist. And that was not in career counseling. So I thought I need to improve myself. But I did not find a suitable career counselor because wherever I went, all they used to do was hand out brochures of colleges and just say that probably just get admitted into this college. And
Right,
this is
right.
not what I
So you
wanted to
found
do
the
for my
gap. You
life.
found the gap in the industry
Yes,
where, yes.
there, that's true. And then I thought of calling people from different niches. So the story of career with Kanishka and the story of interviews is like very closely related. The interview started earlier. It started in a way where I started calling people from different niches, and it was basically for me to gain clarity as to what they are doing in their niche, so that I know all the details.
Got it.
So
That's a
then
very
after
smart
6
move.
months, then I did a few more certification courses. I did a master's certification program in career counseling, which also certified me uh, to do psychometric tests, and that is how I gained a lot of confidence as to I can go through this, and that's how I started with my website, my page, like Career with Kanishka. I started providing jobs to people, started giving them career counseling. The interviews came first, and then Career with Kanishka came into being. But the journey started 2 years ago.
Okay, but the main the inspiration, the main rolling started from the lockdown when you saw your father also going out of his way and helping others, and you thought, okay, there's a gap because people are actually not teaching, like the traditional education system is not teaching students the things which is required to get into a job, or what employers look for.
So basically, Muskan, I'm not into skill development. I am. I did take the Learn and Intern program, but I think that is what confused people the most. I am not wanting to put myself into skill development because there are so many amazing skill schools that are coming up, and I have been a student of them. So when I actually attend those sessions, I feel that wow, I know that I cannot teach that way. It wasn't about teaching; it was about guiding the right way. So it was about finding the midway because eventually I realized that parents are not wrong. When they suggest you something, it's because they've seen you since your childhood, they've
Right.
seen you grow, they know your capabilities. So when students come to me and say that my parent does not want me to do this, what I want to do, I ask them the scope, and they're not even aware of what and why they're wanting to do what they do. So my major motto was to find a midway for students and not even disappoint their parents.
Got it.
So that was the major concern that if I can do it, you can do it too.
True.
I think that's how the motto of, you know, giving out that career guidance, that knowledge about different careers to people started. Then it started long back, 2 years ago. I had a lot of initiatives that have failed before the interview sessions. So it has been a long journey and a nice one.
Yeah, so I think it came out from your own personal experience, and then you thought that, okay, if I'm facing this, many others. So this brings me to the
Yes, true.
second question. With the journey, like with the 2 years experience, with now you mentoring so many people, giving them guidance, do you think after COVID or with the coming of this digital era, now there is a shift in the career choices and people are more, open, or people are more confused? What is the scenario right now with the whole digitization happening, with the whole COVID situation where people are more towards working from home, people are still not okay with going to offices? So what's the whole scenario and what's the shift in the career choices?
See, there definitely is a shift, but then see, in the long run, if you see no Muskan, it's all going to be the same. Probably this whole year is again going to go in a lockdown and things like that. But if you look at it in a bigger picture, the job, people opting for placements, people actually going and working in offices is not going to change because there comes a point in life where you just don't want to work from home. As good as it seems to be, it's not that healthy.
Got it.
And me giving work from home jobs, this coming from me might be a shock for some people, but this is true because you don't have a specific time that you have to work. And I have realized that because I have a full time job. So most of my work that I do, I try to sum it up or I try to utilize my time in there. And it somehow gives me that peace that, okay, once I'm off that computer, I know that at least I have time to breathe. But once you have a laptop, once you're working from home, you cannot keep a track of time. And people might have different career choices right now, considering that, oh, we're able to work from home, we're able to earn more through freelancing, work all the time, and things like that. But after a few years, again, it is going to come back. Have you seen those trends in fashion where it continues for a certain period of time, and then again you get those that
Yes,
fashion trend
yes,
again after
yes,
some time.
yes.
So this is going to continue. That shift, what according to me, okay, the traditional shift of people wanting jobs and not work from home things is going to come back. But after a certain period of time, I'm pretty sure that everything is going to move to digitization. Like, people will just want to not want to meet people in person, because humanity as a whole, I don't know, because maybe because I studied arts is the reason that I'm saying this, that humanity as a whole is decreasing. I mean,
Okay.
people are not more humanly to each other. For example, if I'm working with a team member, I've seen this. I've seen a lot of people coming to me and saying that my boss is not good. He's not treating me as a human. He doesn't have empathy. He doesn't have sympathy towards me. There was a time in school where we used to wear, those cute flowery skirts and go for our birthdays. We're not allowed to do that. There was a time when we were allowed to go to the washroom when we like during the lectures, but we are not allowed to do that. You see all of those small strict things that are coming into picture, that is actually making people irritated of each other. And then if you look at it from a bigger perspective and a bigger picture, probably after a few years, probably 5 to 10 years down the lane, things might change. But for now, the career preferences are still going to be the same. Because even I used to feel that, wow, people want work from home jobs. But when I counsel people, I realize that most of them are like, no, let's just, I would want a 9 to 5 job because it's more stable, and you never know what happens to freelancing. And there's so much competition coming in that I don't want to be in the rat race. So this is something that
But
has come as a shock to me as
yeah,
well.
sorry
Yeah.
to cut you, but I think with whole freelancing now becoming more popular, I think the idea of side hustle, and also I think with the social media and people talking about it, that you should, people like Gary Vee, people like, all these big influencers talking about side hustles. I think the culture is still increasing when, people want to have a stable job and have to do you think it is happening in the real life, or only for the people who
Yes.
are aware about it?
See, that is true. The side hustle part is coming into picture, but if you look at it, it was always there. It has just shifted from a side hustle from a real life to something which is online. Now, when you see to it in this way, I'll tell you. I'll give you an example. Yesterday, one of my team members called me, and she's like, "See, I am now in my last year of engineering, and I know I earn good through freelancing, but I don't know why I still want a job, and I still want this to be a side hustle." Mind you, she earns very well through freelancing. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, she's not wanting to take this as a full time career choice. The ratio of people taking up freelancing and things like these are very, very less. People are still wanting a 9 to 5 job. People are still wanting a stable career in their life. Their career choices are not changing now. But yeah, as I told you, in the bigger picture, somewhere down the lane, probably after 5 to 10 years, it might change when people have more clarity. But then you never know if there comes a saturation in that industry, because nowadays everyone is becoming a social media manager.
Yes,
Everyone's wanting to do the same thing. And then
yes,
this side hustle also, you have to bring out the best in you. You have to bring out the change in you, that you are able to offer something which other people are not offering,
right,
because
right,
it is increasing so tremendously. Now, I don't know about the ratio of social media industry because I haven't really calculated it. But then yesterday, while having a word with her, she was like, just last year, there are more than 16,000 MLM companies that have come up. Just 16,000 MLM companies, and these MLM companies are just giving side hustle to people just through network marketing. And in spite of all of these things, just look at the ratio of people who are still willing to opt this as a full time career. There are not many people wanting to do that because
right.
people don't trust it. Because network marketing has now become saturated, is what they say, because people don't want to get into that field. So I think somewhere this is going to happen. And see, out of all the people doing things, there's just one Gary. No matter what, there's just one Gary, and
Right,
there can't be anyone else like it. So
right,
the ratio is very less. And uh, the traditions that have been going on when it comes to a 9 to 5 job, when it comes to a stable income, and still wanting to earn more, that is definitely going to change. But their career choices, their career preferences are definitely not
not going to change. All right. So, do you find that with all this happening, with social media awareness, with people now, I think again, more than if I see sometime back, now people talk to each other more. I feel sometimes, I don't know why, but people are more open about talking about career choices. in the past, people just used to know they had three streams. They know, okay, either of these we have to choose. They get into it. Then whatever was the traditional way. So, and I think now people are more aware about what are the careers, or at least there are more platforms, and like people are like you who are guiding people, who are there, saying that okay, if you don't know what you want to do, we can at least help you out in figuring things out. So do you think there's a skill set, or there's a gap between what the industry requires and people know? Because people are I feel that till the time a child chooses, like in their 10th grade, they choose a subject, a stream to go into, till the time they graduate, they do their masters, that career is already obsolete. Like I think for CAs, for CS, I have seen this, that in 11th 12th we say okay, CA is a great profession, but till the time, because this happened with my generation, like with people who were in my batch, they opted for it, but now there's not such demand for those professions or their careers. So how do you guide people or mentor students struggling with these things?
You know, Muskan, whenever, like, whoever I have a conversation with for any of their podcasts, I personally feel that I disappoint people a lot because I have very, very different perspectives to things. If you look at it, no, Muskan, today I put up a story. When it comes to CA, I'll go reverse. Like, I'll answer your question in a reverse manner. Then I'll come to the communication part. So, just today I put up a story as to I want a CA freelancer. Trust me, normally when I put up a story for any opening or anything, within just 10 minutes, I have more than 20 messages. Can you look at the ratio? Within 10 minutes, I have more than 20 messages. Right now, including my Instagram and WhatsApp, I don't even have two. Just
So
for an
you said
opening for the CA freelance.
there's requirement, but there are not people.
There is requirement, but people don't know how do you go about it. Now, for example, there was a boy who says that I've done law, but I don't know what to do because I don't want to get into it. Do you know there are so many small things that you can do in the field of law? You can just go to a lawyer and say that, listen, I don't want to intern with you. But then, whatever is the case study that you have done, or whatever is the case that you have, I am ready to find flaws for you. And trust me, lawyers earn through that. Now, there are so many minute details. Me as a person, where I think my USP lies, or what is my specialization, I am not, I can't say very good at it, but I am not very, focused on to giving them different career choices. Because career choices, kaise hote hain na, you find it on Instagram also. People will be like, what are the different career choices? Tea tasting is a career choice. A lot of people share this with me and say that, why don't you make things like this? I'm like, it is not what it looks like. People say that, okay, tea tasting is one of the things, but that is not everywhere. You cannot find tea tasting a job here in Nasik. You're going to find that in Assam. That is location oriented. That is people. There is so much more to it. And if you would have observed, I have never ever spoken on a short form video about any career preference.
Right.
Neither
Never.
on my reels,
Yeah, I've
neither on
observed.
my
Yes.
Instagram.
Yes.
So what I want to tell people is that you cannot sum that up. But right now, I started this on my YouTube. I talk about it in detail. I talk about it in depth because I don't want people to listen to me and go take an option in there. I mean, for any of my videos that is sponsored, also I tell them that you first DM me. Let me first see if you're actually fit for it. Only then we should be going ahead with it. So when it comes to career choices, is not something that I give. Of course, when someone comes for personal counseling, I will give them a list of things depending on how their what are their interests in, and where does their interest lie. Now, my major concern for anyone starts from that if they are taking that course, what is the scope? For example, if someone is a CA, a lot of CAs fear to work as a freelancer. Why? Because they're like, we've invested so many years, we've invested so much time in it. See, if you intern under a CA, it is going to take the same amount of years for you to succeed as much as time it's going to take for a freelancer. For a freelancer, it might be more, but people are not ready to take risks. And I think a lot of people don't succeed because they're not ready to take risks. It was a risk for me also to probably get into the field of arts. And what if I would have not succeeded in both of these degrees? What if I would have failed? So there is a risk. And I did, of course. I kind of, it got delayed. By 6 months, my arts degree was delayed. But then it came out for their own good. People are not ready for it. So it's not about the career choices that people prefer. It's about the scope that they think of. Like, as you said, that people are more open to it, but then it becomes obsolete. It doesn't become obsolete It's because you are carrying the same mentality in your head. Now I'll tell you how. It's not like I'm like boasting about myself or something, but when I got to know about digital marketing 3 years ago, I just got to know about it randomly. I went on the internet, I did a normal course. I went to a coaching institute. I told them that I'll offer you my content writing services for free. You teach me the whole course for free. I'm not going to pay. I studied all of that. Even I had the same mentality that, oh, digital marketers earn so much. मुझे भी digital marketing करनी है. You have a different aura around you and all. But it wasn't that. It took me a while to break that thought process and get into a specialization, not get into a specialization, but do what I want to
Yes.
be very honest, I don't know whether strategic marketing is a thing. I don't even know if that is a thing, but I'm happy. I'm happy that I have found that thing because I am good at making strategies for people. If someone comes to me and tells me that, okay, Kanishka, say this is my business. If someone starts talking to me randomly, also, I know my mind starts working in a way as to how can this person scale his business strategically and organically. And with due course of time, I've realized that I'm not into ads, I'm not into inorganic growth.
Mm.
So, uh, what like I have deciphered that myself because I got out of that digital marketing zone. And once I got out of that zone, I've stopped calling myself a digital marketer. I mean, I don't even publicize of the things that I do offline. So, for a CA, for example, if that person has done things, people are afraid. I have realized that people are afraid to call themselves a CA freelancer. Why? Because
Mm.
people will feel कि इसको job नहीं मिला.
Yes.
let's let's not talk about this. This is a very generic thing. Let's just talk about something which is more, for example, when it comes to dancing. When people say, even though it might look very nice that, oh, people are dancing, people are putting up their thing and they're gaining all number of likes and followers, when it comes to reality, if you ask someone what do they do, they say that, oh, I have this job or maybe I'm doing this and side mein kabhi kabhi dance sikha leta hu. Why can you not say that I have a dance academy? Until and unless it is grown, people don't feel the need of saying that I teach dance full time.
Mm.
And all these things are never going to go out of fashion, never. Because this is basic, कोई भी
Mindset.
पेरेंट्स को अगर बचपन में पूछो, नो, इट इज लाइक कोई भी पेरेंट को बचपन में पूछो आपके बच्चे को क्या करवाना है, इज लाइक कुछ नहीं, डांसिंग करवा देंगे, सिंगिंग करवा देंगे. तो ये चीजें बेसिक कमोडिटी है. इट्स लाइक इवन दो इट माइट नॉट लुक लाइक, बट ये लोगों की बेसिक नेसेसिटी है फॉर स्टूडेंट. You think there are billions of people in this world. Even if few thousands or few lakhs of people want to dance, there is so much work out there. If you look at it, I have seen so many rich people just wanting a teacher to come and teach only their child, and
Yes.
they're ready
Yes.
to pay so much. So the scope is too much for anything in this world. The scope is never going to go. We say that artificial intelligence is replacing things, but no matter what, to look after that artificial intelligence, also we need humans.
Mm.
So see, humans का काम reduce होने वाला है. The employment is going to go down, but not so soon. And I am 100% cut sure guaranteed of it because people still in India at least they still don't trust technology. I don't do that. Even though my whole business is automated, why am I having such a huge team? When I know me as a person, me as a marketer, I know I have apps. I know I have apps where I can schedule my LinkedIn, I can schedule my Instagram. I do schedule, but I still have one person monitoring that nothing
Yes.
should go wrong. I told Neha, you have to do it, you have to post it yourself. And if you want, you can use this app. Because there is a glitch. There is still that gap that needs to be filled. So when people say that abhi yaar ye obsolete ho gaya, when people say that, when someone was telling me that MSc chemistry karke kya hoga, you don't know of the endless opportunity, or else you can be a person जो ये चीज start कर सकता है.
Start कर दे. Right. Right.
Uh, for example, if you are, it can be anything. Yeah, you can be the a person who's breaking those stereotypes and starting a new career in that industry just because you found something. And
Mm.
this is incredible. And you know how my journey of taking interviews really started? When lockdown happened, my college told me to call alumni and speak to them and ask them what are they doing in their life. They're like, कुछ चल नहीं रहा है तो alumni booklet बना लेते हैं. So I'm like, ठीक है, I'll do that. I'm good at talking. When I started to know that what they're doing in life, how their journey has escalated from earning just 1,500 rupees per month to having 84 patents under their name, and when they did not know where their life is going to go, I realized that there are endless opportunities. Nothing is obsolete. Nothing goes obsolete, Muskan. Trust me. You tell me, इतने सारे dancers हैं, लोग फिर भी dance करते हैं ना. And उसमें से
Right.
people who have just started. I have seen three of my friends who've just started their YouTube channel 6 months ago. They already have 1 lakh subscribers. People
Right.
still do that. You just
Yes.
need the specific skill set, the talent, that a thought process to get it done. So nothing goes obsolete is something that when people come and ask me for basic career options also, I told them go for it. Don't think scope kya hoga. Just work on your skills in that time.
At least
Like
you'll
yesterday I
learn
had a counselor.
something. Yes. So
Yeah, 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 yes, yes.
I think that made a lot of sense because I think now you have changed my perspective as well over this thing. I used to like the question I put up. And I think that's a very valid point. If you have the right skill, if you have the determination, if you have the right mindset, you can make that thing also, which you think is not trending, as your, as your thing, your own thing, your own baby. And this brings me to another question, that how do you find that one thing? Like, how do you find that niche? How do you find that as a human being, I have a lot of efforts. I want to do a lot. I have enthusiasm. I don't, hide away from hard work. But how do I find that, okay, this is working for me, or this is my niche, or, you know, how do I can do whatever it takes, but how do I come down to that point where it says, okay, this is, I can introduce myself as this, or this is what I do.
So you know what, Muskan, in India, people don't know what a career counselor is or what is the actual work of a career counselor. But if you go abroad, I'll tell you, even when a child is, as soon as a child is born, he's hardly like 2 to 3 years old, their parents take them to a career counselor. And that is not because they have to find their niche, because they introduce them to that child. They say that you as a person is going to see this child grow up. Now, a lot of people have this notion that career counseling एक session में हो जाता है. That is not true. There's just one session that you can see on my profile. For now, it is like on my website. For now, it is 2,000 rupees. People don't see the behind efforts for it. Can you imagine, out of all the people that I've counseled, the ratio is hardly what 2.5 to 3% of people who actually wait till the last career counseling session because they feel that they've gained enough clarity. I give my 100%. The first session itself, they gain enough clarity. But career counseling is a thing where you have to keep your counselor updated every month, every 6 months, every year. Like this is a long term thing. For example, if someone comes to me after the 12th grade, and if that person asks what do I do, after looking at the person, I've suggested people to do BCom also. And I'll give you one real case study. There's this girl who came to me, and out of listening to all the things, out of all her skill set, I went and I told her, you do BCom. And I was so dead sure about this. I'm like, you do it. I'm 100% sure. I had different plans for her. She's been in touch. She's doing amazing. I've told her what needs to be done and everything. You need to be in touch with your counselor because जैसे हम डॉक्टर से every year or every month कैसे हम चेकअप करवाते हैं, that is how counselors do too. You have to be in touch, and then in the course span of 3 years, counselor suggests you so many internships, so many courses that you should be doing, things that you should be being better into, and then comes that point in life that okay, now you can get into this. Now is that final thought that I had in my mind for you. Of course, now it has not been 3 years to my journey of doing this, so I don't have that kind of a case study that I can show you. But I'm pretty sure people who are actually being in touch with me right now, I know what I need them to do, and they're happy. They're actually doing good. So what I mean by that is career counseling is not something कि एक time पे हम बता दे कि I am not a evangelist that I can just tell you, oh, you're going to do this in life. I'm
Right.
just going to understand the first introductory session. The next one, I'm going to understand that, okay, probably you should be doing this. You should get into this course. Yeah, I was telling you a story about the girl yesterday. She's been doing so good. She's like, no, I just wanted to explore myself. I said, that's good. Then why are you exploring yourself as a marketing executive? And she got that internship through me only, okay? So if she's asking for that internship, if she's asked for that opening, we are going to give you job opportunity. It was smart enough of her to actually book a session and come and ask whether the internship that I've taken, is it right? Is it something that I should be doing? Okay, just a second. Yeah. So when she came in, I told her that is not something you should be doing. You should actually be getting into content writing. And it's fine. The same company that you're working in, I will recommend just tell them to change your profile from marketing executive to content writer. So these small things, even if you want to explore, where do you explore yourself? Time is crucial. She's doing an
Right.
unpaid internship for a month. If she finds out that this is not her niche, she will have to waste another 1 month to do another unpaid internship,
Right.
which is not actually logical, I feel, from my end. So when it comes to people coming to me and asking me that what are they good at, or how do I find their, that micro thing that they should be getting into, it does not happen in one go. It takes sessions, it takes time to understand that okay, this person is going to do this person is behaving in this way. Mm, You know, being from an engineering and psychology background, I'm glad that I have this insight that if a person is doing good in freelancing, I still need to tell that person to kind of, get a little away from freelancing because that person is becoming very angry. And
Right.
freelancing gets you that. It takes a mental toll on you. So
Mm-hmm.
when that person shares those things with me, so I'm not just a career counselor. Overall, I'm a psychologist because I've done that. So when people come to me, they share their problems. I need to analyze that, okay, this thing or this anger issues is actually getting related to this person's mental health. And I think that is the ratio, and that is how people succeed in life. Because that is, I think, the biggest,
I
when people ask me, which is your biggest success story, I think that is me myself. I lost 90,000 in 4 days. I lost two clients. Lost in the sense I dropped two clients in 4 days because they were taking a toll on my mental health. I said, I don't want this. I don't want money from you if you're not able to give me my space and work in my creative space. And I'm fine with it. And this is what I preach.
right, right. I think
Coming to
that's a
one more
very
point, Muskan, I'm so sorry. I really like your questions. I just like want to sum this up as well. If anyone's listening to this, I want it to be complete. So you're talking about the communication gap that people have started talking. I have different notions to it. People have not started communicating. People have just started talking one way. I have realized this because I just reply to people just once a day. I just sit from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. at night and just, respond to people. I don't talk to them. And this is what has happened with people every time. They're not communicating. Reels is one way. YouTube is one way. People are coming, they're just saying, Arey, tum ye bhi career kar lo, wo bhi career kar lo. We are openly talking about it, but we are not communicating. You know the different career options, but you don't know how to go about it. You are taking a specific career option, but you don't know what to do about it. Now, there is
mm,
a girl, there's a content writer, copywriter. She's working with me, too good at it. But trust me, no confidence, no communication skills. And I feel that instead of copywriting, working so hard 6 months into copywriting, she should have just worked 5 months in copywriting and 1 month on her communication skills. Because see, I am understanding that I am able to understand what she's trying to communicate for copywriting. But this does not happen. So people have stopped communicating, in fact. It's just become a one way conversation because of all social media apps. We're openly
right.
talking about it, but we're not communicating about it at all.
And I think you
And
made
this
a
is going to lead
very
to this problem.
great point when you say this because, and again, I'm going back to this thing where you say that I don't really post small, short reels and anything about this career, that career, because I've seen this coming so often. There are so many HR recruiters and all, and they'll tell you about, okay, what are the career options, and they'll do ping, 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 and they'll actually tell you,
Yes.
right? But okay, I also got to know about a lot of things which I didn't know through these reels, but is it really for me or is it really aligning with what I do or I want to do? And people actually get influenced. I'm sure people might like because of the reach, people will get influenced. But what again, I think it's just so great that you're coming from that background and you're talking about people. But do you think people are losing on the compassion and the empathy part where when you say that there's only one way communication? Because that is actually true. People are putting on 1 hour YouTube videos and actually sharing their experiences out. But do you think that is helping people? Because then the other way around, it's not happening, right now we are conversing, so okay, where I'm coming from, I know where you are coming from, but was it just your video going on and I'm listening at my home? Would it make the same impact? Would it make the same impact on the people listening also?
To be very honest, it does make an impact. When I say that it is a one way communication, I do not mean that it does not help. Because, come on, I have got help from there itself. The problem is when people see it and they trust, they'll just be like, oh, Kanishka ne bol diya. And that is, I think, one of the most, uh, I think you must have seen I've reduced my content so much and I've just started putting out because I had this phase, this 1 month as a phase, although I was working offline, that, yeah, what if I'm influencing people in the wrong way? What if people are just trusting me and going and doing things and then later they'll be like, kya yaar, iski wajah se life kharab ho gayi. Why am I saying that is? Me as a person, I got to know things from the internet. I got to know things from YouTube. I went and researched. The only thing that I tell people is, even if you don't want to go to a career counselor, even if you don't want to come to me, go and research. And see, Muskan, this is not something कि अभी से one way communication है. If you look at it, even before YouTube was there, हमें Google भी one way communication ही बताता था. There was no two way communication. Leave this. जो आंटी अंकल हमें पहले बताते थे, वो लोग तो हमारा पर्सपेक्टिव जानते भी नहीं थे, वो भी तो वन वे कम्युनिकेशन ही था. वन वे कम्युनिकेशन था. बट the problem is we are not smart enough. We have resources. तब resources नहीं थे, तब हमने सुन के कर लिया. अब क्यों नहीं? अब why are you not going and researching? Just because you're seeing that person saying that transcribe me पे जाओ and वहाँ पे you transcribe work and give it to them and you get paid for it. यार, look at it on a broader perspective. अगर तुम transcribe me पे जा रहे हो, if you're earning probably $50, think of it, if you approach clients that way, you can earn $100. Just take inspiration, is what I say. Take inspiration, but implement it in your way. Like,
Right.
if you see my video, talk about data science. So I talk about things that, okay, this was a very broader perspective, but then you go through it only when you're sure of it, and I will come into a detailed explanatory video later. That is what I mentioned. But I still know that I have not completed it because मैं कितना sum up करूँ बोल बोल के भी. When I spoke about the career as a 3D generalist, I spoke about that person. I did not get an amazing. If you would have realized the difference between my YouTube videos, like the ones that I take in person, it is a person who is just started, who knows the struggle. And when it comes to career on live interviews, it is people who have established themselves to know about their struggles already. So I'm trying to maintain a balance. I mean, I don't know why am I like talking about all of these things, but your questions actually connect with me because this is a problem. I mean, people get influenced. For example, Abhi and Neo was I was talking to them also, and then they were like that. हम अगर video बना रहे, they put up a video talking about how can people work from home. Yeah, they have given you a way. They've told
Okay.
you that okay, you can do this from here. Now go and research. But they're going and bombarding them on their DMs, asking them कि बताओ बताओ कैसे करते हैं,
Right.
please हमें
Right.
इसमें भी guide कर दो. Yeah, they don't have the bandwidth to do that. You have to be very practical about it. And similar things goes for everyone. If someone is telling you that there is a job out there where you are just paid for sleeping, it is true. But look
Yeah,
at
but
the
that
ratio.
doesn't
Go
mean
and look at the
everybody can do it,
opportunity.
or that person can tell you that where to go and sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I think
So
that
even
I
if that person is
resonate.
telling
Yes.
you to go where to go and why, you have to migrate. You have to
Yes.
migrate. You have to go to US, get that done. I've written blogs on. I'm not going to take those mattresses name, but I've written blogs for these amazing companies, and this is a proper career. But then, trust me, me as a person, if I'm working or you as a person, do you know because of so much social media and everything, we're not able to sleep for more number of hours. Like ज़्यादा time के लिए हम नहीं सो पाते. चलो, I'll tell you the truth about these jobs that they're offering. They're saying that you have to sleep for 10 hours. Do you know they actually tie a band around the thing or they're actually monitoring your sleep, how good that is? And you don't get paid if your sleep is not good because they're not able to showcase that on their thing. So
Yes.
your sleep needs to be a peaceful sleep. हम बोलते हैं कि अरे मैं तो पूरा दिन सो सकता हूँ. तुम पूरा दिन सो नहीं रहे हो. You're just lazing around. You're
Amazing
just on your
around.
bed all day. You're not sleeping. And you're not sleeping peacefully. And this is not what those people will want. They will take a test. They will see if your sleep is peaceful. If you can sleep without your phone around you. And only then will you get paid. Now there are so many things. Who's going to tell them all of these things? Nobody.
Nobody.
All
You
they're
have
saying
to
is
do
अरे
your own
सोने के
research for
पैसे
that.
मिल रहे हैं.
Yeah, and you have to do your
That's
own. I
true.
think I resonate with this thought so much because this is the reason why I started with Muse with Muskan, because I wanted to know people who are, see, I can go and have Mukesh Ambani's interviews. I can actually go, but I want to know people who are actually building their empires. I want to speak to people who will be at that place 10 years later, because your perspective changes. Your perspective changes when you are doing it and when you have reached, and it will resonate more. I will actually get inspired more with somebody who's doing. I can see someone doing and making it work. And same ways, I think yesterday only Raj Shamani had put this story, and he said that, listen, if I tell you about investing, I'm not actually telling you that this stock is good. I'm just telling that this worked for me and this might work for you also. But if you think this will work for you, then only do it. I'm a business guy, so if I tell you that, okay, doing these things, reading these books will help you, I'm only telling you because these things helped me. I'm not saying that this will 100% help you. And that
That's
is the
true.
kind of, mindful behavior or conscious, social media presence all of us need to have, that whatever we are sharing on social media, that's not going abruptly viral. Because right now, in one reel, like, you might, starting from 1K followers, and you'll reach out to 1 million also. Like, social media has that power. So I think that that's a great point. And I think you have already answered my last question. That was, I was about to ask that how you started with the Instagram live, and what, from having this career as your industry, and why you felt that there's a need to speak to people online, or why there's a need to speak to those people. If you would want to elaborate, but I think I've received that answer, but still,
Yeah.
just
No,
to have a
I'll
brief.
just tell you that. I've not told this anywhere. So basically, I never started with career related live sessions in the first place. To be very honest, now I'll tell you the real motive behind it. Oh God, I don't know whether I should be doing this. So, when lockdown started, I loved Instagram. Okay, pehle se I've loved Instagram, and for me it was like I used to post anything. Matlab, if I may say, I used to put shit on my Instagram. It was like मैंने सुबह क्या कर दिया, और I used to just be like nonsense. पहले I used to have this. I started with happy working weekdays, but then it didn't work out for me. For that 1 year, I was not doing anything. I was just enjoying myself and putting things like that. When lockdown started, I did not have content to post. I was so frustrated that God, I have people around me who have so much content to post. There are girls जिन्होंने इतनी सारी photos बना के रखी है. यार मुझे भी followers चाहिए, मुझे भी content डालना है. इतने सारे लोग अभी online है. See, when you're working towards yourself, because I never stopped working on career, I never stopped working on my career counseling. I think universe and things happen for you automatically. That was not something that I have wanted to start with initially. So basically, what happened is I saw this person's this random person on Explore, and मैंने उसके caption पढ़ा that finally completed these many live sessions and gained 1,000 followers. So my idea of taking those interviews started with actually, uh, just so that people will know me. And it was not never about career related. So I had already spoken to two guests. The first one was Piyush. The second one was Tanvi Malhara. So I was like, I am only going to interview or only going to talk to those people who have been good to me, and we're just going to have a normal conversation on the on this live session. So I spoke to Piyush and I was like, Piyush, ऐसे ही बुलाना है live session. चलो यार करते हैं. I'm so bored at home. And let's do this. Maybe let's tell people how did you help me? How does networking help? My main major motto was networking. Because
Right.
Piyush was the one जिसने मुझे indirectly digital marketing के बारे में बताया था. And then I implemented it. I got to know about it. I went and I researched and I implemented it. So, and then Tanvi told me a little about radio and talking. I went and I implemented it. So this was my motto. बट पीयूष सर कि हाँ यार मैंने भी इतने दिन से लाइव सेशन नहीं किया सो हाउ अबाउट वी कीप दिस अ मास्टर क्लास ऑफ डिजिटल मार्केटिंग वी विल कीप अ 2 hours of live session where I talk everything about digital marketing, how did I get to it, about the career thing. So the title got changed from normal interview, from normal chat with Piyush Kukreja to career in digital marketing. Then it I thought of it. The first live session ended, the response was immense. People like too good. I mean, people who never used to talk to me and everything, they came in. And the next thing was like, I went to Tanvi and I'm like, Tanvi, now you are a radio jockey. You are Miss India multinational. What do I write? So she's like, you know what? Since you've taken career related, we'll put career, career career as an RJ and in beauty page. So that is a very big topic. And then we had a live session in the evening, and we had a live session at night because it was not coming up soon. So
Okay.
I was like, the second live session was also amazing. And then when just two live sessions, people got to know. And one of my friends came and she gave me Anubhav Agrawal's number. That is I Write What You Feel ka owner. He
Okay.
has a page which has like 1 million followers. And she's like, listen, I know this guy and I think you can call this person. I'm like, oh, this is great. So I spoke to him and he's like a writer and a relationship counselor. So I was like, that's amazing. Wow, let's do this. So uh, it started
So
with me
exciting. I
just
think,
wanted,
yeah, people
yeah,
around you also were happy, and they were wanted you to, do it and take it up. So I think the dots connected.
yes. So what I mean by that is you just work on your skills, work on thinking. And okay, I always had this thought in mind of scaling up my career counseling, but never thought it will go this way. So just work on your skills, just have the thought in mind, and trust me, when you're working hard, no, it eventually happens. People don't want to do that. starting me, when I tell them, they're like, what if it does not happen? I just tell them, what if it happens? What are you gonna do about it then?
True.
Just go, yeah, just go do it.
Right, right. So why you chose it to be a live session and not like a normal podcast or a YouTube video?
Because starting, say, from the time I started, even when it was a talk show, my thought process behind this was that I have to ask people questions. मुझे लोगों के doubts लेने हैं. So
Okay.
I thought of getting YouTube का thing. I asked a few people, but then I realized the YouTube comments are not visible when you do. You need to have another setup where you can actually see those questions.
Right.
Instagram Live is the only place at that time, LinkedIn to abhi start hua, that I could take up people's questions right away. I could understand. And as I told you, the major thought process behind starting this was to increase my followers. So I
Yes.
started with that, but
And
I
I
also
think
wanted to
I think
increase.
that's so brave of you to even say this because I know a lot of people do that. Like we all know why we are doing it, but only few of them will actually say this that okay, this is the reason. Like no social entrepreneurship, no helping people, nothing. I wanted it to do it for myself, and like kudos to you. I think
No,
thank you for being that candid here.
no, I started initially with that, and then I realized the more number of followers the people have, you might see a lot of TikTok people having so many followers. And then I realized, no, I just don't have to get this. I'll give you the name of the girl also. I came across this profile called Mahi Sharma, just a normal girl. She had what, 1300 or 1500 followers. And she is an idea strategist. She's worked in ZTV, Sony, Star Plus. And I was like, wow. I think that was the breaking point where I realized that I don't want followers right now. I want knowledge. That girl gave so much knowledge. I didn't even know that the field of idea strategist existed. And I think
Right.
that was the time I realized that, okay, I'm more into strategic marketing and not digital marketing. So it started initially with followers. And right now I've come to that point that people come and tell me, Kya Kanishka, there are 10,000 touching me. I'm like, girl, I don't want that now. I just don't want it. Of course, if I'll get it, I'll be happy. But I'm not running behind it. Ki, yaar,
Right.
ye kyun nahi hua, wo kyun nahi hua. Because I've come to a point I've realized the more people get followers through reels, they don't have depth of audience. I'm very happy with my audience because when I launched my Discord, I had a whooping response of 200 people coming and joining the thing. I had 250 people subscribing to my newsletter, which does not happen to people with because you don't have depth of the audience. I
Got
like because my audience interacts with me. I have more than 50 messages pouring in every day, just talking, people talking to me, and I'm pretty much happy. मुझे अभी ये डर लगता है that if I scale up, if I grow more, I won't be able to respond to the queries that I have right now. So
Right. I think
even though I'm
quality
not
over
able to
quantity.
respond,
Quality over
yes.
quantity. Yes, that makes a lot
And
of
I think
sense.
I've reached peace. I've reached peace in life where I'm not running behind all of these things.
That
I
is so
remember I was so
lovely.
disturbed a year ago. Same time a year ago, I was so disturbed. I think, yeah, I started my live sessions on 17th April last year. And
All
I
right.
remember that one thought I was like, Kaise, how do I increase my followers? How do I increase my social media? And I think now I'm at a point where I'm very much contented, very much happy with my life because I have verified accounts as my clients and I see their account. I'm using their account and I'm like, bro, my account is like far much better than what you're doing. So
That is so
very
candid
much
of you
happy
and
with
thank
you.
you. I think now we'll move on to the rapid question because I think I you know what I feel like I'm speaking to somebody I can look up to and I can go on for the whole day also. And I'm
Okay,
sure in
okay.
the rapid question as well, like you'll add a lot of value. So quickly because this is my favorite part because I just want to share something about why I started with this thing was for these rapid questions I keep it same with all my guests and people I look up to and these question remains the same and everybody has so amazingly different answers which inspires me every time like and it is so exciting to know that okay for the same thing people have different perspective and everything is working for them, it's not that one
That's
thing you
true.
have to do. And that is the reason why like the whole news with Muskan thing also came into the picture because I wanted to know, I was always a people's person. I liked people like I love reading as well, but I felt like human library is also a thing, and I think I learned more from talking than I could ever. And I think that is why I enjoyed Clubhouse also a lot because there I was speaking to and interacting with a lot of people. So my quickly just shifting this thing. So my first question would be one advice or words of wisdom you received from someone when you were starting, which is still with you, and you always keep it close to your heart.
Uh, I don't remember advices that I've received. Because to be very honest, I don't know. I was kind of, I had this transition in my life where I was very egoistic. So I probably during that time I've never received, like, not taken as such advices. But there's one thing that I just want to tell people: never say no. Any opportunity that comes in front of you, never say no. People say that you should learn when to say no, but I always go and tell people, if you're in your starting phase,
Listen.
never say no to anything in life. Never.
Lovely. And what and who is there any specific person or anything which encourages you or motivates you to do what you do on regular basis?
In my niche, as such, or in
In
general.
general, in life, if what like what keeps you going, if I can put it in other words.
I don't know, yeah. I think the only point that I like about, like, all the thing that I want to do is to have a knowledge about everything, that when I go out, nobody fools me. So I'll tell you what, when I was in my school, I don't know whether I should be answering quick. I'm so sorry, I'm just
No, it's fine.
elaborating all
It's
the
fine. I
answers
think
because
I'm also
I told
interested.
you, I don't, I can't give short form answers. I don't like to leave it incomplete.
No,
So
it's fine. It's fine. Works
yeah.
totally fine.
So in my school, since I used to love studying, I used to love reading, and all of my classmates, they were more into watching movies and things like that. I used to feel left out. And I just had this one thought in mind that, yeah, I need to know and have a knowledge about everything. And that's why right now I try to keep up with movies also, and even books, but I didn't want to recommend them. But I wanted to be in a way that I don't be left out wherever I go. So I think the only thing that keeps me going is having knowledge and gaining knowledge from everywhere, that next time when someone talks to me about some topic, I don't feel like, oh, I'm not very, or maybe not qualified enough to even comment on this. It's not like I want to comment on everything, but then I want to have that knowledge. Also talking about, if someone who I look up to, when people say that they like Gary Vee, I am a person, I say that, why do you want to, like, get inspired or even be like him? Because I've seen a lot of people who put out content like Gary Vee also, and मुझे वैसा नहीं चाहिए. So me as a person, I feel कि I don't like to say look up to someone and be like them. I take pieces from people. I take pieces from people that, okay, probably this is one thing that I like about this person and this is I don't like. So I'll just discard that part. But yes, right now, recently, if there's one person that who really inspires me by his journey, out of all the people that I've taken interviews and spoken to, is Fitness Talks with Pranit. I don't know if you know him, Fitness Talks with Pranit. Uh,
I do. I do. I do. I visited his Instagram. Yeah.
He's a celebrity trainer,
Yeah.
and he trains Komal Pandey, Dolly Singh, all of these people and all. That person's dad is a rickshawala, and he has changed his life tremendously in a way where today he has his turnover in crores. And it's not that what is inspiring, it's about how humble that person is. And
Right.
when I was going through the toughest phase, randomly I get a call from this person one day just to ask me, how are you doing? How
Wow.
rare that is of someone to call someone and ask, how are you doing?
Right.
I mean, he is such a humble person. He will not even, feel like, वो खुद को ऐसा कम नहीं समझेगा कि उन्होंने अगर किसी रैंडम पर्सन की स्टोरी देखी और उस पर रिप्लाई कर दिया, या किसी को रिप्लाई नहीं करना.
Hmm.
Just want to be as humble and as good as that person is.
Wow.
I don't
Wow.
know why I get so inspired by him. Like, too good.
No, I think now I will actually want to speak to him because of the like the kind of aura you are giving me, and it's so great. I think you have already answered the second question, which was who one person or you look
Person
up to,
who
and yeah. So my next question would be, what is that one practice you ingrained in yourself which you want to recommend to others also and it helped you? It can be anything, but one
beyond
practice.
time.
Sorry,
Beyond time.
beyond time.
Beyond time. Yeah. It saves
Lovely.
other people's time. It saves my time. It saves my time. Yeah. It is something that has helped me a lot, because I know I'm going to start now. I'm going to end now. I'm going to do the second meeting now. There's just one thing. अगर एक भी चीज delay हुई ना मुस्कान, सब कुछ delay हो जाता है.
Got it.
So just
True.
be on time. It is going to give such an amazing impact on in like the person in front of you, because it's rare.
Right.
So anything that is rare, work on.
Lovely. So the last question, and for everybody who listened to this conversation, one piece of advice you would want to give it to yourself when you were starting, or you want to give it out there out loud from Kanishka. Like what will be that one piece of advice?
Don't be egoistic. Don't think too much of yourself. Don't think that you are the best just because you're around people who don't talk as good as you, or just because people who you feel are not as good as you. Everyone is different. Everyone's capabilities, everyone's talents are different, and I don't shame in accepting this, that I have belittled people around. Like, not made them feel bad. That is something that I would never do, and I've never done that. I've always had extreme empathy. I'm not even saying sympathy. I've had extreme empathy towards people. I'll go out of my way and I'll help people. But then, whenever I realize this, that whenever I'm talking to someone, I'm like, yeah, I mean, I don't want to be around her. I just don't want to be with her. So this is something that I've had, that ego, that I've had that pride in me. I've not belittled anyone, but the only thing is, don't have that pride in you. And sometimes you as a person fail to identify that you have that. It took me a while to realize that it's natural for everyone to have it, but don't do that. That is just one thing that I would advise my younger self. That don't even make those statements, because it will hurt you in the long run. That, oh, Kanishka, that was you? Did you
Right.
do that? So that is one thing, and I'm openly accepting. I think I've shared too many things. If someone listens to these things, they'll be like, just lose respect for me. That, oh,
No,
she just started
I
this for
feel I
followers.
feel anybody who listen to this will be more, respectful towards you, because it takes guts to speak out all these things about yourself, and anybody can actually put out gyan that these are the things you should do. But accepting that, okay, I used to do these things and now I feel this way. I was like this. It is, and I'm so grateful to you. And I think you are giving me a lot in this conversation. I don't know if, like, how people will respond. I don't think, on a personal note, I have gained so much, and I'm really, really grateful to you for this. And it was great. It was amazing conversation, and I will link down all your Instagram and YouTube channels with this video on YouTube. And thank you so much for joining. And it was great. And I hope to be in touch with you. And lovely speaking to you.